8 real estate myths keeping you broke. So many people get into real estate not knowing these things, and I have my list here in front of me. So let's actually get to the first one. You need money to start. People, this is not true. And it actually could not be further from the truth. Check this out. I started a real estate where I did not even own the property. I partnered with someone who had money, got control of their property, and made cash flow to pay myself from managing their first property. That was my first real estate deal. And so I didn't have money to start, but I partnered with someone who did, who already had property. That's into real estate. That's how I got in. And I was in college. And in case you don't know who I am, I have millions of dollars in real estate now, made millions of dollars from Airbnb. I'm an author, best-selling author. Right now I'm traveling the world, been traveling for 2 years. That's who I am. So with that out the way, you know that you're not learning from someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. But let's continue. The next thing is that people think that they need to have perfect credit to start. Okay, so this is another myth. One, your personal credit is probably less valued if you're dealing with smaller units. But as you go to bigger units, the asset itself is actually what's important. The asset itself is how we evaluate the deal and whether it will make sense or not. No one cares about your credit if you're talking about an apartment building. Yes, they might want to know who you are and a background check and make sure that you're not going to run off with investors' money. But you can raise money from other rich people and then go ahead and buy an apartment building. You can do that. You don't need personal credit. That only applies if you are buying, for example, your personal house, because they need to know that your house is going to be guaranteed by your ability to go to work and pay for that house. That's first of all the beginner stages of real estate. We want to get past that. We want to get into fourplexes and up, multifamily and up, okay? And you also don't only want to stay in residential real estate, but I will come back to that in a second. Third, the market has to be perfect. How many people have said, in 2021, they're going to wait for interest rates to drop again, or in 2023, they're going to wait. 2024 comes, interest rates haven't gone down. We're going to wait. 2025 comes, they're still waiting. 2026, 2027. And you know what happens? Real estate prices are up. They're losing time. The market is never perfect. But here's when you actually want to invest in real estate. You invest into real estate when it fits your buying criteria. That's it. If something fits your buying criteria, you buy. Because the asset is supposed to generate money for itself and pay for itself. That's how you get rich in real estate. And once you have a strategy, you do that strategy until you get to $1 million. That's it. Just keep going until you get to $1 million. Make sense? It's the fourth. Real estate is too risky. So let me ask you this. Risk has to do with doing the same thing and not getting expected returns. How many of you have gone to college and in your 30s, you're still paying for that college? Okay. How many of you, right, would go with 35, 40 years, 45 years working for someone that if you passed, they would replace you in a week? The CEO of United Healthcare died. His position was posted on LinkedIn to be filled the next week. They didn't even wait a month. So let that be a warning to you in case you think that this is risky. It's not. Doing nothing is more risky. Inflation alone got up to 7-8%, which means things are 20% more expensive today in 2025 than they were in 2022, 2021. They are more expensive. So you can't afford to not take action. It is more risky to do nothing. Number 5, you need to be a landlord. Not true. I am currently traveling South America, having a great time, and you can hire property managers to take care of your properties for you. And also, real estate is a huge industry. You don't just have to do tenants. Did you know that you can buy a storage facility? Did you know that you can buy parking lots? Did you know that you can buy a plaza and rent it to businesses? Did you know that you can do event spaces? That's also a real estate play. In fact, the largest real estate company in the world, do you know who they are? McDonald's. That's how big real estate is. So yes, you don't have to be called at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's actually much more creative than that. Number 7, you need to know everything to start. When I first started, I knew nothing. I didn't know how to file applications. I didn't know how to accept tenants. I didn't know how to stage photos. I didn't know how to advertise my listings. I didn't know any of that. And I learned. I didn't know how to do contracts, and I learned. There's so much information on this thing right here, a computer. There's so much information on a phone. Just take out your phone and look. Today, we have ChatGPT that can answer so many questions. ChatGPT can even create contracts for you in a first job, just like that, for you to look over and then edit or even pass to somebody to finalize, right? It's very easy to do today because information is common. What's not common is taking action. And you'd be surprised how easy it is to beat everybody from high school, everybody from college, if you just take a little bit of action for a month, 2, a year, 3 years. Very, very easy. But don't think that 1 week is going to change your life. No, it takes a few years for things to get rolling. Number 7, real estate is passive income. Real estate is not passive income, but it can be automated. Remember, real estate is still one of the best wealth creators of all time. That has not changed, and it probably never will change. But if you're going into this thinking that you would just buy a property, put someone in, and then head to Bahamas, no. That happens maybe when you have 100 or 400 units. But if you just have one property, that's not how that works. You have to continue to scale. You have to be there. You have to continue learning. You have to continue to make deals and network and get your system together until you get to a point where you are making so much from your real estate that you can afford to relax a little bit. But it doesn't happen overnight. It never happens overnight. And anybody that says that to you, that says it can, they're lying to you. Then we have the last one. Number 8. Stay tuned to the end because there's one more thing at the end. Real estate is only for full-time investors. This could not be further from the truth. You don't have to be millions of dollars in the bank, know everything, be a full-time investor to start investing in real estate. There are people who go to work and in their real estate portfolio is 8, 10, 15 properties that they built over the last decade. You can do this because real estate is such a big field. You can hire people to do so many different tasks in real estate. For example, agents, they don't get paid until you close a deal, which means essentially agents are working for you for free. Contractors working for you for free. Everybody gets paid when the deal closes. So then if you can find a great deal, and you can do this at work, find a great deal, everybody gets paid. Once the deal closes, you get paid because you found a great deal, and then you get all of the profits after. And then you can hire contractors to do negotiation. You can hire a loan officer to find you a great loan. These are the advantages of real estate. You can save a lot of time by just going to the experts. And I will tell you, the fastest way right now, this is a bonus, because you stuck around for so long, the fastest way that you can get in right now into real estate is to go ahead, use a 5% conventional loan from the government, get into your property for as much as you can, 4 units, you're looking for at least 4 units, get into $1 million property, then go in their house hack, live in 1 unit, use the other 3 units to pay the mortgage or even profit, and now you have $1 million asset that you're not paying for. And if you want to know more information about that, click the next video because the time to get rich is right now. I'll see you in the next one.